For this next example, we're going to take a look at how we can place adaptive components using Revit model elements as our guides. So we're going to take some different Revit model lines and use those as our controlling geometry. We'll still go through and do some computing. We're going to extract some geometry from those model lines and basically divide those curves with some placement points that'll really then let us place some adaptive components. So we'll place some points on those lines, then group those points, and finally use those to place some adaptive components. So again, selecting, doing a little computation, and finally creating by placing these adaptive components. Just to give you an example of where we're going with all this, it's going to look something like this. These are all adaptive components, and these green lines are model lines within the Revit geometry. The idea is what we want to do is basically place points on these green lines, okay, and then use those to place these adaptive components. And just to show you how the adaptive components can work, for example, right now there's 9 of them. If I say, for example, I would like to have 12, and I rerun that, okay, we can go through and have a new number of components. Similarly, if I do something like just resize, or reshape the model line, we can now change the adaptive components so they grab that new geometry. Okay, so adaptive components are incredibly useful and flexible. So let's go ahead and see how we can build this example for ourselves.